Hi. If you like gold and pretending to be nouveau riche trash, then you're gonna love today's episode. Gary, no! Hello and welcome back to Laugh Cry DIY. I am your host, Katie, and welcome to my dining room. She's white, she's empty, she is me. So here we are in my boring white dining room, which since I've moved in has always driven me crazy. This back wall has a bunch of funky features in it that make it really difficult to design around. There's a vent at the top, there's a telephone alcove, and there's an old cable switch. So I thought about wallpapering, but that's gonna make all those features look even worse. But I did wanna do something interesting and funky and different that went with the cluttered aesthetic, but also made it look kind of fun and cool. So I have decided to make the most dramatic, the most daring, the most bold choice, and fill these walls with gold mirrors. I've seen these images on Pinterest, these really dramatic, like floor to ceiling gold mirror walls. But the thing is that decorative mirrors can be very expensive. One cool mirror alone can be $100, up to $300, $500, $5,000, literally $1 million. Now I decided to do this project today because I am in a common situation for renters, which is that I'm looking for a new place, I'm still in this one, and so I've kind of stopped doing things to my current place because I figure I'm gonna move. But number one, I don't know how long it'll be before I find the right place, and number two, as soon as you put the money and labor into your current place, that's exactly the minute that you find the perfect place and go, now I have to take it all down. So I'm actually doing this as a summoning spell for the apartment of my dreams. So I didn't want to spend $500 million, but where are you gonna find all those mirrors? How are you gonna get them that cheap? Duh, you thrift and dollar store and pull over at the side of the road to find 24 mirrors. Ready to see them? And of course, I've named them Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen, Vicky. Oh, and this is Gary. Now, to be honest, this is actually not all of them. Some of them need to get some work done before we put them up on the wall. Hi, welcome to another episode of Painting Things Gold because I'm basic and I don't care. So here I have all of the frames that I have recently thrifted, and I've done a little jazzing up of one. Here's a simple frame, and I glued beads onto it, and when we spray over that, it will give it some little filigree texture. I want this wall to look like a mishmash of like Versailles meets Russian heiress meets nouveau riche mirrors. So we're gonna do a variety of golds. Thank God it's fall and still 500 degrees. I knew this was gonna run out like the minute I started. And next I am taking this amazing mirror that I found for $10 at the thrift store, and it already has some gold on it, but I want a little bit more. So I'm actually using Rub and Buff, which is this incredible, it's technically like a wax-based pigment paint or something. The color is antique gold. It goes a really long way. So I've sourced all those other mirrors from the thrift store, but I did have one framed mirror in my house, but the frame kept falling off and breaking. It was like a plastic one, it was cheap. So now we are just left with a simple circle mirror. I've had a few ideas for how I could reframe this mirror, but of course it's round, so wood is kind of out. And then I realized that maybe I could make my own frame with clay. Good idea, Mirror Katie? Who knows? Get yourself some air dry clay. Rubbery, fun. Hi. So we have a tape measure set out so that we can make sure it hits the circumference of the frame. All right, so now we have two long noodles. The design I want to do is I'm gonna wrap them together, like twist them together, and then that's gonna be the twist frame for the mirror. We started out strong and we lost our way somehow. Okay, just kidding, huge failure, I hate it. I'm gotta come up with something else. I decided that number one, I actually needed more mirrors, so I went and got more mirrors yesterday. And number two, I need to jazz those existing mirrors up even more. Now we're back to the nightmare frame. I really racked my brain to try to find anything that was like remotely good. And then I went to the dollar store and I found this gold trim. And I loved that it looked kind of Grecian or something. And so I decided that what if we just hot glued this gold trim all over it, maybe did a few rounds of it, and that could be really cool. This is actually really, really pretty. Wait, no, of course we made a mistake. I realized that all of the leaves should be going in the same direction, but some of these are going opposite, like every other one is going opposite. Luckily I can peel them off easily, so I'm gonna switch that. Oops. Ooh. I also found this little guy, which has a mirror in it, and it looks like a fun purse. And although the hot pink is very cute, it's not what we're gonna do today. Although, doing a crazy wall of rainbow mirrors of all different colors could be super cool. But today we just wanna stay tacky and just go all gold. So these are some of the flat mirrors I got. They're simple, they're plastic, they're probably hand mirrors, but I just wanted to add a little extra texture to them just to kind of mix it up. So I'm turning to these sticky rhinestones, which you may recall from the failed attempt to bedazzle my pill case. See episode here. Just to give it some texture, and then we're gonna spray paint over that. So I was gonna do like polka dots, but then I figured actually I would do this kind of like cross pattern. I don't know, but look. That looks a lot better. Ta-da! All right, here I started filling in around the edge, and then I realized that that was just gonna be like too much and too tedious. And so I decided, what if we just like start striping around the corner? Here are 21 mirrors. This has not been the best week at Laugh Cry DIY. My cat is missing. I just discovered a smushed candy bar in my back pocket. So the only thing now that can bring me joy is pretending like I am a French dictator who lives among a wall of mirrors. There's still overspray on mirrors. Pro tip, get a Q-tip, get some acetone, AKA nail polish remover, and that will slowly get the spray paint off of your mirrors. Normally, I would actually do the layout on the floor and then put it up on the wall, but because this has such funky, weird things in it, I actually tried to lay everything kind of loosely out in Photoshop. I didn't totally have everything to scale. I'm not totally sure how it'll go, but I know that for sure I wanted to start with the Beyonce mirror. So I'm gonna start with her and then sort of start placing everything else around her. Look, I wanted to command strip this on, but because there's a lip, there wasn't a flat place for me to do that, so I hot glued cardboard. Now obviously I'm kind of spreading these out because I want them to fit over two walls, but mark my words, when I find my next apartment, I will be doing all of these on one wall, and it will be like floor to ceiling, evil witch to evil witch, casting spells, casting curses, whole thing. Please, friends, pray for Baguette, my sweet cat who has been gone. I don't want to talk about it, but I do. Thank you for asking. Oh! Point eye bone. Whew. And I literally was about to say, I love that these are so cute and little, and I was gonna joke that they look like weapons, but whew, careful what you joke about in your home decor. Pro tip, when mixing and matching these mirrors, it's important to get different sizes and to kind of mix round and geometric, angular, sharp corners, soft curves. They like to be together. What if I just shattered a mirror right now? Oh, it'd be great for the intro blooper. I could just not figure out what I wanted to do above the door. Like I felt like the whole pattern should go around and stuff. Maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't, but I just popped this little guy up there, and it's just so cheery to have a cute little sun that you walk under every morning to get your coffee and tea. I also like that even though this is a very tiny mirror, it has so much fun like detail on it that it really makes a bold statement. Even if you don't have like 500 mirrors, a few little Starburst mirrors are very cute. My eye okay? So I'm gonna move over to the second wall now. That big fancy mirror was Beyonce. This is like Taylor Swift. Like, it's not as exciting, but it's like really nice and reliable. I don't know. I'm gonna get killed for that. Now I know you're all wondering, where is Gary and his girlfriend Diane? Where are they going? Because they definitely need to be together. Gary, no! We are putting on the final mirror. So I am gonna go back and clean up all the mirrors, might do some paint touch-ups, but I am really excited for you to see your big reveal, and it's gonna come right now. Well, friends, we did what they said we couldn't do. We used 3 shades of gold, 25 mirrors from a variety of sources, and we recreated Versailles. So if you want more tips to live a tacky and fabulously cheap life, go ahead and subscribe. And when I see you next, I hope I have a cat still.